bonding.
Yes.
And and by the end of the session, you will have in your possession a study note, not just any study note, but one that will help you study even when you don't want to. All right. You'd also be able to differentiate all the bonds at a glance. No more reading through and trying to remember words upon words upon words upon words upon words. Ta-da. And finally, you'll also be able to increase your retention and recall rates of the information that you're studying, which means that you get to save time. You get to cut down on your study time and have more time to do the things that you want to do, which is essentially the goal of Imaginotes. Ta-da!
Oh, Teacher Charles asked, "Oh, why is it scheduled for yesterday? There must be some technical issue, Teacher Charles."
Oops. Sorry about that, Charles. All right. So, yeah, we're going to get rolling. Hi, for those of you who are joining us and you don't know who we are, I'm Erica and this is Joe. And we're teachers who hated studying because memorizing just did not work for us. Meaningless memorizing did not work for us, especially memorizing information that we could easily look up on Google. It's pain in the ass. Okay, so that's why we created, and we understand that that's the pain and the struggle for many of the students out there. We're not all equipped to, we're not those people. We may not be those people who, I definitely don't have photographic memory like some of my friends. I definitely am not the smart student who can sleep through class and play Dota the night before an exam, until 4 in the morning, and then work up the next day for an A levels exam, and score well. All right, I'm definitely not that student for sure. Hey, Nat. So yeah, so that's why we created Imagine Notes. Okay. Yeah. And so today we'll be tackling the beautiful, beautiful ionic, covalent, and metallic bonds. Yeah. And speaking of bonds, we feel that the highest form of learning is actually to do things, because by doing, you retain 90% of what you learn. So we actually created a game called Bonding.
Yay! Let's see here.
Yes, and Joe is our maestro at game design, combining education into games. And yeah. Basically, so basically, Joe, like, what are the features in this game? What's interesting about it? How will it help them, like, not just memorize, but they know?
Well, the game is really simple to play. You basically just need to call out the name of the particles. Okay, let me show you something. So we design chemistry elements and yeah, all those little creatures with a name. Yeah. So in this game, you just need to call out the name with the right combinations of the atoms, the atoms. Yeah, as well as the correct bonding. Then you will earn score. So try to beat your friends with the highest score by combining both all of them. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Joe. And fun fact, guys, the all the art in there is associated to the bonds. So if you saw that the atoms just now, the round shapes represent non-metals, and then you notice that those shapes, yeah, they have lines right across that represents the shells,
Yep.
that the number of shells that the atoms have, actually, yeah, and the number of electrons. So we've made it very, very visual, and the colors also represent, like, the colors of the elements as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the actual elements.
Yep. So we're all about making it visual. Yeah, for those of us who don't have photographic memory, that's much, much easier to remember in comparison. All right. So diving straight into the note, okay, we're gonna set the context of bonding, yeah, which I think some people fail to do. But basically, we're gonna begin with hashtag atom goals. So I want you guys to I want you guys to just check this out, because I did this earlier, right?
Hmm.
And look how easy it is to just, at a glance, you're able to see what the story is about. Yeah, or what the theory is about for this particular bonding, right? So basically, I playfully did hashtag atom goals, which is to achieve stability. But you
You
see,
can see the
already that's done.
comparison.
Oh yeah, that's the chapter that was on. Thanks, Joe. All right, and I've got, obviously when by the time Nat and Yvonne get through this, it'll probably look better than mine. But the reason why I draw this live is because I just want to show you guys that you don't need to be an artist,
Yeah.
all right, to be able to take notes like these. Okay, stick
Um,
figures is fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm nowhere near a great artist. So, all right. So you have the noble gases. So I decided to do a little bit of a story, right? You have the noble gases, all noble and stuff, and then other atoms are like, oh my god, I want to be like them. So and so someone's like, oh, it can be done, right? We need to gain, lose, or share electrons. All right. So again, I worked the definition into this whole topic, and then basically just an additional note as to when this takes place, when they gain, lose, or share electrons. An atom becomes an ion, all right, when they gain, lose, when they gain or lose electrons. Yeah, not when they share, but definitely when they gain or lose. Okay, so which brings us straight into our first topic, which is ionic bonding. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering, should I just show them what I've drawn instead of like drawing it out? Do you think that will save time? Because we only have like 20
yeah,
minutes left.
sure. Why not?
Cool. All right. So today we will be drawing it entirely live. Maybe just metallic bond. Yeah. So you guys can see because that was the shortest. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So for those of you who are joining us, thanks for joining us, and we hope that you find this session particularly helpful. All right. So basically, ionic compounds. Ta-da! Okay, so I also played with it, or where it says here, pardon my internet, where it also says here, all right, metals, right? They form cations.
Hmm.
All right, so because of cat, I kind of drew it like a cation.
Yep.
All right, and I put a plus there. The other way you could do it is basically drawing the nose as a plus.
That's a positive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or you can draw the eyes
Yeah,
plus as
or
well.
the eye,
Yeah,
or
so
the
it's up to
ears.
you. Yeah, all the
Hmm.
whisker, yeah, all the ears, yeah. So there's so many ways you can take this, yeah. I wonder what that would look like if we did that.
Or the tail. The same. Yeah.
Yeah, you could even like Joe suggested, draw the plus signs like I guess here. So it looks like they've got tufted ears.
Hmm.
Yeah, or the eye can be a plus sign. Yeah, so it really the sky's the limit. It's up to you how you wanna, yeah, because cat ions, right? Then and then also cat ions. I made the T positive as well. So Imaginotes is really about linking,
Hmm.
yeah, all like as much as possible, so that like if you think like if I ask you a week from now, right, you would actually be able to remember this association.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Just because of the way it's done. So the more anchor points you find within the diagram, the better.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. And the next one is basically non-metals. Okay, and they form anions. So I try to use pictures because pictures say 1,000 words. So the how to say the foundation of the Imaginotes method
Hmm.
is basically about cutting down the amount of words because your brain will find it much more difficult to remember. Oops, much more difficult to remember. Yeah, sorry, my hands.
Word.
This, okay, even though it's really short, versus when it's when it has pictures included. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, like I see a lot of very beautiful notes out there,
Hmm.
but unfortunately, it's still words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bunch of beautiful words aligning together.
Yes. Yes, the beautiful fonts and everything else.
Beautiful handwriting.
Yes, beautiful handwriting. It's nice to see, but again, it doesn't contribute to, as we promised, the increased retention and recall that you will have when you do Imaginos. So we promise you that by the end of it, you'll see why. All right. So for those of you who are just joining us, you'll see why. For those of you who like have been joining us week after week, yeah, you will see how we achieve this with different topics anywhere. Like right now, I have a new puppy. somewhere. He was in here with me, and basically, I'm trying to learn about natural raw feeding
Mm.
for the doggies, and I can't brain all the words, so I figured like why don't I create an imagine node for raw feeding,
Yep.
right? So because it makes it so much easier to grasp.
True.
Yeah. So I'll let you know how that comes along. I might document the journey while we're at it. All right. So over here, yeah, because we've already done an ions list, so this is my note to Nat and Yvonne to insert an ions list. Yeah, we've got it done somewhere else. Okay. So let's dive straight into ionic compounds. Yay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry for the lag. Oh, I know why. 1 second, guys. Hang on. Okay, yeah, my phone on the internet kind of sucks. Oops, it hanged. Oh no, it hanged.
Well,
Ah,
we can see the kissy face of ionic bond.
okay, 1 second,
Oops.
guys. I
Yep.
apologize for
Technical
the
issues.
distraction or for the technical issue here. For some reason, my phone doesn't connect very well to our internet line here because like I think it has to do with a Apple Huawei kind of compatibility issue.
Mm. Yep, it's back.
Yeah, but my line is still shit for some reason. Oh,
Oh, it dropped again.
ah. But I'm still I'm logged in though here. Okay, wait. Let me just. Luckily, we decided not to draw it, but to explain it. Otherwise, this would be horrible. Our apologies, guys.
Or you can just use the camera in front of you.
Yeah. Oh wait, I'm back, and I have full connectivity. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna swap you around. All
Yep.
right. And my light just went up. Oh, all right. There we go. Okay. So, all right. So as we were saying, all right,
Yay.
back to it. All right. So basically, for ionic bond, the definition is here. Okay, but again, it's not so easy to memorize. If I take this away, a strong electrostatic, an ionic bond is a strong electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged ions.
So oppositely meaning positive and negative ions, I think.
Yes, yes. So what if we drew it? Right? So I drew a heart with like electricity, like with an electric, so instead of an arrow stabbing through the heart like Cupid, I
Mm.
drew electricity instead. I'm sorry, guys, my light went out. I didn't expect it to go out so soon. I think other people have been using this light in my household. Yeah, so I drew electricity here. Okay, you can even draw it like animes. If you're a better drawer or artist than me, you could probably draw like an anime how there's like they'll draw the big heart at the back and the static,
Mm.
the scenes, right? Yeah, so you could do it that way too. Yeah, but for me, I'm not that uh, I'm not that good at drawing. So here, so basically, a strong electrostatic attraction, right? So if you make this like really dramatic, then you know it's strong between oppositely charged ions.
Mm.
Yeah. So there, at a glance, you can already tell. Yeah, and then when it comes time to actually recall the definition, it's a picture in your head. You can't unless you're an auditory learner like my sister. This will be
Yeah, you
really
can
really
tell with
difficult.
thinking your face, right?
Yes, yeah. I used to wonder, how come why is it that she doesn't have to study all that hard,
Ah,
Yeah, and like she seems like she's the smarter one in the family.
okay.
Yeah, and it was because it's because school is designed, it's catered towards auditory learners, which is like only 10% of the population. The rest of us are actually like, you know,
Kinesthetic,
uh, yeah, kinesthetic. We learn by doing, so bonding
visual.
would really help, and visual. So that's like 60% kinesthetic and 30% visual.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's not to say You say, oh, because I'm not auditory, I must do, therefore I will fail in school because school is not designed for me.
For me.
Yeah, yeah. So normally our students would try to pull a fast one on us like that, and
Mm.
then what I would tell them is this: it's like these are just learning channels.
Yeah.
You just happen to have some that are stronger, or you
Mm.
have an affinity towards one of them. Like for me, I'm a kinesthetic learner, so I learn better through doing rather than reading a textbook or memorizing. So Imagine Notes is really good for me.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm also visual. That's my secondary strength, right?
Mm.
So yeah, so it's just finding those strengths. It's like which one's faster if you had one tap turned on, filling and trying to fill up a bucket of water,
Mm.
or if you had three taps turned on.
Yep.
All right, so that's basically how I look at it. Yeah, so and never ever limit yourself. Yeah, because we're very dynamic human beings. We have affinity towards some styles, but it doesn't mean that we are locked in there forever. Because I used to be visual
Mm.
until I went to Australia because I was dancing and walking a lot, and it flipped. Yeah, so there we go. All right.
Understand.
Yeah, Joe, what is your learning style?
Visual comes first, then kinesthetic, then audio. Audio is my least.
Ah, okay, okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so Joe draws beautifully, and he's definitely more visually put together than me. You
Feel
can
okay. I mean, acceptable, not like extremely.
don't listen to him. Guys. I don't know if everyone can hear that. All right. So for ionic bonds, you can represent them through dot cross diagrams. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So I mean, again, it's just making it as visual as possible. All right. Now this is very common, but I just do it in anyway because it's just fun to see. And let's see. Okay.
Dot and cross.
Yeah. So this part here, I called it the rules of ionic bonds to kind of help me remember that these are basically how it is formed.
Mm.
Yeah. So again, more pictures, right? I brought back the cat ion and the anion. Oh, did I explain the anion?
Onion.
Yeah. The reason why I drew it like this
Wow.
is reminds me of onions.
Yeah.
And then if you
Um,
notice here, I actually like put the negative over like I put negative here, but I also put negative here. You could even actually now talking about it, you can even make the mouth like a line, a negative line.
mm.
Yeah, so more visual anchors for yourself, right? So the rule of an ionic bond. So again, visual. It's that the positive charge cancels the negative charge. Okay. So I drew a cat with a pen here,
Yep.
canceling the charge.
Ah.
Okay. All right, and the chemical formula for an ionic compound has no charge. So maybe my correction here would be to put three dots here. It's short form for therefore. Okay, therefore the formula for the ionic compound has no charge.
Mm.
Okay, you could write it here as well if that helps you. For me, I didn't. I didn't feel I needed it, so I left it as is.
So
And then, sorry.
yeah. So no charge meaning they are stable, right? They don't react with any other thing.
Yes, yes, they have achieved nobility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, if you want to make it fun for yourself as well, you can draw an atom here going, or sorry, an ionic bond here, an ionic compound here going. I have achieved nobility. Very snooty. Nose, big nose in the air, with a crown on their head. But they're pseudo, they're fake lah. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, then basically the number is based on electrons gained for a cation, and then the number here is based on electrons lost, the ionic number.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. So if you can't remember that this is an ionic number, you can just go here. Yeah, just for your reference. Chances are that when you're studying, you probably ignore this later on. Yeah, but at least just put that here so you don't have to waste time like going, why did I write this up? Yeah, it's okay to label your notes, okay, guys?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine notes, it's okay to label. In fact, we always say the cleverer the note, label. Label it. Otherwise, you will not remember your leap of creativity that manifested itself 3 months ago. Okay. All right. So very quickly, these are the physical properties. Okay. Again, This is easier to remember, okay, versus like having it all in words.
Paragraph words.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nat
So,
thinks she remember numbers better than words.
well, there we go. Because numbers is like, there's only so many
One to
configurations.
zero.
That is true. All right. So yeah, you wanna make it as visual as possible. Okay. So if this is helping you at the moment, all right, and you like what you're seeing, please go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. It will really help us get this out there because we designed these, or we are in the process of designing full sets of notes. All right, to help those of you who are struggling with studying right now, who are struggling to get yourself motivated to study, who have those days where you really, really, really don't feel like studying, but you really, 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 really have to. Otherwise, your parents might take away your game or your phone. I know of Asian parents, I
Your
know of,
iPad.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like back then, my friends' parents, if they got really mad at my friends, they would actually, uh, grab their, hi, Sumitra. So they would actually grab they actually swept the computer off the table. Yeah.
Okay.
So Asian
I
parents,
have cases of they lock the computer as well with the metal chain.
yeah.
Or take away the keyboard so that you can't have it like activator or something.
There we go. Yeah. So never underestimate Asian parent rage. All
Oh
right.
yeah. Cut off the electricity.
Yeah, and we know studying is a pain, so that's kind of why we do this every week, and that's why we're creating these notes to be put out to the market. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, that you can access. All right. But in the meantime, while we're doing that, we wanted to make sure that you guys like had this skill anyway, with or without us. Yeah, this would be faster than you guys waiting for our notes, because I just know how desperate the situation is for so many people out there. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, this one's a little bit less visual, I realize, but I'm just gonna put it anyway. Yeah, because it's quite straightforward. Okay, so this is the covalent bond. All right, and simple molecules. I have sharing is caring.
All right.
Okay, because a covalent bond forms. So this is the definition. Bond forms when a pair of electrons is shared between two atoms. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Okay, only happens with non-metal elements.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you want, you can actually, non-metals, generally the gases. So you could do, if you're cheeky, you could draw them like they're farting. Okay, but if you're not,
Hmm.
if you think like, ew, that's gross, all right, you can do like wind.
Oh, okay, like the wind.
Yeah, so gas, right? So yeah. Okay, so that's done. All right. And basically, yeah, so basically, again, they want to achieve stable noble gas configurations. You could repeat the noble gas image here, okay? Or you could like do commoner electrons becoming nobility, like psh, level up and then ding, the crown appears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one. Okay, and then here are the rules, right? Can be formed between atoms that are the same element and different elements. That's it.
So same element like oxygen, nitrogen, fluorine, then different elements would be like water, H2O, two different non-metals,
Yeah,
or hydrochloric, I think HCl, yeah.
yeah. So here, all right. So it forms same element forms a covalent compound, and a different element forms simple molecular compound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do here as well is that for this section, you could also write it in a different color,
Mm.
or you could combine this part up here.
I
Yeah, it's just to compress everything. Yeah, because if not, then if it's separate like this is really hard. Yeah, now that I'm reading this again, I'm like, oh yeah, we can actually put this up here. Yeah,
mm.
so we will definitely modify this in the one that we will the
You
full.
can always rearrange the structure of the information lah, with that say.
Yep, yep. So if you're not that confident with this method yet, the Imagine Notes method, yeah, basically draw in pencil first.
Mm.
Yeah, if you're too lazy to erase everything, I think I read a tip somewhere. You know those yellow pens where the ink is impossible to see?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can draw with that first and then go over it with a pen. You can barely see it. Yeah.
So trust me, I would have passed chemistry and maybe been a vet if we had used.
I feel you.
Mm, maybe.
I feel you. Back when I was in high school and I was doing this in bits and pieces. I didn't have like full notes.
Same here.
Yeah, and if I had this, I know that my friends would be borrowing my notes.
Yeah.
All these lazy people.
I think the only excitement during science classes was going into the lab itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting, waiting, and thinking that you might be like doing the lab experiments, but at the end, you are just there to watch.
Yes. It ain't happening.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
demonstration by the teacher, but not you doing it. So
Yeah. You just watch the teacher do it, which sucks.
yeah, then copy the notes from the textbook.
Yes. Yes. All right. So we're gonna turn this more visual, guys. I'm so sorry. When I was doing this, I was just like, I
No
had my
worries.
visual off and my auditory on. Yes. So for those of you who are like Sumitra, myself, and Joe, who are like, you guys are so lucky. We wish we had this. Yeah. And you want more of this? That is follow us on social media. Right. We're on TikTok. We're on
IG,
Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah, and definitely here as well every week. Okay, doing long form content. Now we have 1 minute left to 8:30. We
yeah.
might not be able to get to metallic bond because metallic bond I'm going to be drawing it on the spot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so maybe next week we will continue with it. Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
and we might be able to tackle the properties as well, like showing you guys how to really put it together so that it's something that you can sort of see at a glance when you're studying. Yeah, so
Mm,
that's the whole purpose of Imagine Notes. It's so that like you're not going through word for word, but you can actually just tell at a glance, okay, yeah, this is, a covalent bond is formed when electrons are shared between atoms. Ta-da! Right? So the picture already tells you everything you need to know.
mm,
The words are there to kind of help you like jog your memory sometimes. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So last thing is that representative of a dot cross diagram and can have single, double, or triple bond. Okay. For some of you, you might not like to do it this way. All right. For me, because I understand it, that's why I kind of shortcut it.
Mm,
Yeah. But if you want to make it visual, you can have hydrogen here. Okay, because that's the only, yeah, yeah. So hydrogen there, and
oxygen,
then you can have what was this one? Was it carbon? No,
oxygen, isn't it?
oxygen. Yeah, oxygen is a double bond, and then
Mm,
this one's nitrogen.
yes.
Yeah, so you can
You can
actually
even
draw.
draw it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of easier to see like, oh, which elements could possibly have double bond or whatever.
Yeah. So that actually depends on the number of pair they share, like
Yep.
of electrons.
Number of pairs of electrons.
If
So
you share one pair,
essentially,
then it's a single bond. You share two pairs, double bond. You share three pairs, triple bond.
all right. So I should be doing this here because dot cross, right? That's a pair of electrons. Thanks, Joe. You reminded me of that. So yeah, you can. Yeah, so you can always modify your note to just help you and refine it to help you remember as much as
Mm,
you want. Yeah. Okay. So guys, that's the end of today's session. As always, we promise to end on time. Let us know in the comments if you prefer this format where we've already pre-drawn the notes and we take you through the thought process that we had when we were doing the notes. Because sometimes we draw on the spot and then, but we're also walking you through the thought process. Let us know if this was better because it was faster paced or you like seeing the process. Let us know in the comments. All right. Yeah. All right. Other than that.
or you like to watch us struggle through the information and coming up with a note.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you prefer the old format where you watch the suffer just like you, but technically Joe and I are suffering through this twice because we went through high school like many, 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 many years ago.
Yep.
Yes. So if you're feeling sadistic and you just want to watch the adult suffer through high school twice,
Yeah, and sciences are not like never my favorite subjects. So yeah.
oh, okay. Sorry, my the this dropped out because I don't have my air conditioning on and my iPhone overheated.
Wow,
Oh, the drama of Imaginotes. Oh gosh.
your phone is getting too hot, way too hot.
Well, what to do? I am, I work out. So,
Your phone worked up too hard.
and my phone's next to me, so I'm radiating all that heat.
Okay.
All right. Just like whatever, Erica.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, yeah, just let us know in the comments. And other than that, we will see you next week. Oh, if you want to purchase bonding, you can get it from Ace Adventure Store. We will link it in the captions below
I
for
will.
you. Yep. All right. Other than that, we will see you guys again next week, and we will continue with metallic bond, and we will show you how to pull the definitions together.
I guess we need to continue with the giant covalent structure and metallic bonds.
Oh yeah, we never talked about the giant lattice structures as well.
Hi, hi, hi.
X, I missed that. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. All right. Sumitra wants to struggle together. Yeah, we'll take majority vote. All right. Other than that, though, guys, have
So we will read
a
you
good night.
paragraph after paragraph, then we
Yes.
decipher the information from.
I feel that today's session was faster paced. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Our regular sessions are a bit slow, and then there's a lot of pauses in between because I'm still drawing. Yep. Okay, guys. Yep. Let me go cool down my phone. Oh my god, it really is so hot.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's hotter than me now. All right. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye.